Imagine as an AEC firm or government agency, you were able to win more work or project approval by presenting your design proposals in the context of what's already there. Autodesk Project Galileo helps you do exactly that. Create 3D infrastructure with tools for creating roads, water, land features, and city furniture. And then share those visuals for faster, more confident decision making and greater stakeholder buy-in. For planners and engineers involved in infrastructure planning, Project Galileo helps to communicate what could be in the context of what's already there. Conceptual design for infrastructure fits into the planning phase of the infrastructure lifecycle. We'll look at 3 areas: quickly and easily creating conceptual designs for infrastructure proposals, creating a context model representing your natural and built environment, and having a visually rich experience for project stakeholders. Let's talk about conceptual design first. With Galileo, you're able to sketch new designs digitally in context and then create and manage different design proposals in one model. Once you're done, you can take these back into AutoCAD Map 3D or Civil 3D for refinement. In this example in Boston, city planners may decide they want to redevelop a waterfront park to include an outdoor music area and amenities. They have a number of ideas, and these can be explained using proposals. Using the drawing tools, you can draw in a road, and the line drawn will be automatically rendered as a 3D visual using the style that you've chosen. Roads drawn will be tied into the existing road network, and the software will keep a running total of the length and area of the roads you add. Other aspects of the proposed development can be sketched in, such as the areas for the outdoor venue and a car park. As with the roads, you're able to choose from different land styles, and Galileo keeps a tally of the areas you add. Other project details, such as roads into the car park, can be sketched in, and a pedestrian pathway to the venue can be drawn. Within the software are a number of default 3D models for infrastructure conceptual design, from road barriers to hot dog stands and coffee houses. All these tools make it simple for you to show proposals of what could be in the context of what's there already. Now, the second development can be drawn into a different proposal based on the first, so you don't have to redesign everything. You may simply decide to change the venue material from concrete to grass by dragging and dropping materials from a catalogue. You may also decide to explore the idea of changing the infrastructure, for example, redeveloping the 2-lane roads around the park into boulevards with street lamps and mature trees. The third concept can also be based upon the first, but in this one, you may want to explore the idea of tying into the city's underground system. You could find the nearest underground line, and from there, start drawing a conceptual design, this time using the railway tunnel style instead of a road style. Galileo understands the different elements being drawn and will keep them separated for you. Finally, you can get rid of the parking area and feeder roads and use the building tools to draw a sample block building which would represent the public transport station you would have to put in there. When you've completed the conceptual design, you're able to visualize each scenario separately, but still within the same model. City planners could show the public how Proposal 1 with concrete venue flooring and the existing roads would differ from Proposal 2, which would have grassed-off venue to assist with rainwater runoff and a redeveloped boulevard on the northwest side of the park, and how these two proposals would differ from Proposal 3, which would help to minimize road congestion by tying into the underground system, along with where the new train station would have to be built. In the previous demonstration, you saw how easy it was to explore the concept of what could be in the context of what's there already. But where did that original model come from? How do you start from scratch? Well, the good news is you don't have to start from scratch. You may have heard how Map 3D helps you to plan and manage infrastructure by better working with data. Well, that exact data which is generated and maintained in your planning processes, design processes, and management processes can be used to create your model. Here you can see how those exact map layers have become terrain layers, how city parks can be draped upon the terrain. Road networks can be grown from 2D center lines to realistic 3D roads. Building footprints can be grown into block buildings with or without facades, and polygons representing water will become realistic-looking water areas. Existing GIS and design data can all be combined to create a context model of your city and project areas. Now, as well as 2D GIS or CAD data, you're able to enrich your model with detailed 3D designs and models. The data remains available for edit without changing the original data. Galileo comes with a number of style catalogs, enabling you to drag and drop styles onto land and infrastructure. But you're also able to design and specify your own styles as well, meaning you can tailor your model to different clients and stakeholders. There are model styles for roads, pipelines, railways, land styles, street furniture, and buildings. The 2D GIS building footprints can be given a more realistic look by specifying facades, which can be dragged and dropped either onto a single wall or onto an entire building. Infrastructure can also be edited or deleted. For example, you could get rid of one of your GIS building footprint blocks and replace it with more detailed data. In this case, a model of a building that was designed in Revit architecture. Being able to reuse data which you already own and maintain as part of your other business functions means it's easier for you to create a context model of the built and natural environment, which means it's easier for stakeholders to fully understand the impact of proposals and make better informed decisions. People are visual animals. They understand pictures better than words, and when those pictures come in the form of a visually compelling 3D model, it's easier to make better informed decisions, win work, and gain stakeholder buy-in. The ability to visualize and interact with proposed infrastructure projects is of huge value to AEC firms and government agencies, as it helps to gain public support and shorten the approval process. You're able to use intuitive navigation to create a walkthrough of a proposed development and give stakeholders an idea of what the changes to their environment might be. The steering wheel, shared with other Autodesk technologies, enables you to walk, pivot, and look up and down. This can be used to communicate lines of sight, either from the ground or from a building or structure you may have in the model. As well as being able to generate snapshots, show motion technology has been incorporated into the software so that you can build camera paths and points of interest to better communicate your ideas. You also have the ability to turn these into video files so you can share the model with stakeholders. Some of our labs users have already been using this preview technology to create and visualize their own conceptual designs. From utility works to evaluating bridge designs in Switzerland, road and railway corridors can be brought into the existing environment and examined. And compelling visuals of infrastructure and urban design proposals can be generated. In summary, you've seen how Project Galileo helps planners and engineers involved in infrastructure planning to gain faster project approvals by creating and visualizing infrastructure project proposals in the context of the built and natural environment. So learn more about Project Galileo on the Autodesk Labs site. Besides being able to download the software, the Galileo Image Gallery shows how people out there are already imagining, designing, and creating a better world by visualizing what could be in the context of what's already there.